Welcome to ITU Future Innovators, a podcast hosted by youth for youth with a focus on the tools, trends, and transformations shaping our digital future by spotlighting the voices of innovative young people tackling global challenges head-on. Brought to you by ITU, the UN Agency for Digital Technologies. In this episode, we're talking about the world of ICTs, information and communication technologies, and exploring how young professionals are building bold, impactful careers in tech. Featuring Daniella Darlington, Halima Ismail, and Nadir Atayev, members of the ITU Secretary General's Youth Advisory Board, sharing their personal journeys with tech, the challenges they've overcome, and the advice they have for the next generation of innovators. Whether you're curious about AI, space tech, or entrepreneurship, this episode is packed with inspiration, insight, and practical tips to help you take your first step or your next leap into the tech world. Bold ideas, real stories, and the tech that's powering a better tomorrow. This is ITU Future Innovators.
Hi, so Daniella, Halima, it's a real pleasure to meet you again throughout our initiatives and activities through the ITU, and it's really nice to see you all. And
Yeah, it's really good to reconnect with you all. And first of all, I'd like to introduce myself so that everyone gets to know. And then Halima, you can go and Nadir. So my name is Daniella Esi Darlington, and I'm a two-time founder of an AI startup company based in Ghana. I currently also serve as a youth advisory board member to the Secretary General of ITU. And together with me are my fellow ITU youth advisory board members also. So over to you, Halima.
Thank you, Daniela. My name is Halima, and I am member in the ITU Youth Advisory Board. I'm a researcher about AI and connectivity.
Awesome.
Perfect. Well, I basically work at the Space Agency of Azerbaijan at currently the lead RF engineer for 6 years now. My background is in the electronics and telecommunication engineering, and recently just graduated my PhD in telecommunication technologies. I do variety of stuff, starting from the organizing event, giving lectures in university, acting in various hackathons, and supporting the youth to foster their initiatives. And of course, as you mentioned, we are together to collaborate and do our initiatives to the best for the ITU Youth Advisory Board member for the Secretary General.
Okay, Nadir has already started telling us a lot about his background. So maybe you can start by telling us how you started your career journey as a young professional in ICT.
For sure, I love this. So basically, it comes all from my childhood. I used to still remember playing in my garage with my father and getting to use, as of him being the electrical engineer, playing with the switch, light bulbs, electricity, all of that. Of course, I got a lot of shots, but that actually led me, and I got inspired of getting more and more in depth into technology, and basically that led my initiatives, my school years, basically focusing over the technical aspect, technical sciences, and genuinely in my bachelor, I've graduated both my bachelor and master in electronics, telecommunication, and radio engineering.
Okay.
And basically after that, I've decided to go even deeper in my science, especially in telecommunication technologies, and leading to this day to graduate my PhD in that. But since even I was in my last year in bachelor, I've been invited by the Space Agency of Azerbaijan as a classmates to work there. But the overall inspiration and everything comes basically from the curiosity, from envisioning and looking to the world in a different angle, that's to get more to know hows and to getting the answers. And throughout my both professional and education academic year, I am fostering the youth generation to get that envision, because no matter of the education level or no matter of the community, if you have that envision and you have that curiosity in yourself, you can basically decide your own future and go with that path, which will outcome with a variety of inspired results and opportunities for you in the road.
That's amazing. And Halima, how about you? What was your career journey into ICT? Could you share with us what really inspired you to get into the tech sector?
Well, thank you, Daniela. I've started in 2018 when I was in my final year senior project. I was searching about an innovative idea. So I was thinking about to do processing the AI data, to use AI in my project. We had the brain data, and then I process it to control wheelchair, and it has been succeed.
Amazing.
And I passed the course, and that's why I entered the field of AI. I've done a lot of researches, and then I completed my master degree in IT management, and then I've joined the Ministry of Education and continue in researching, and that's it.
Well, both of you are just so amazing and very inspiring. I'd like to also share a little bit about what got me into the tech sector. And it's quite interesting because I have a background in law. And 5 years ago, if someone had told me that I would end up running 2 startup companies, and not just like a business, but in the tech sector and an AI company for that matter, I would have been like, nah, I don't think so. But yeah, so when I was in university, I had an interest for starting a business, but I really didn't know what it was. And I also knew that I wasn't going to be like the conventional lawyer who just goes to court or work in a law firm and all. I knew I wanted to do something more exciting, more impactful than that. So fast forward, when I graduated from law school and I had some break and I was thinking of what to do, I decided that I wanted to get into the tech space because I realized that there was a gap between legal service delivery and technology. And I was exploring ways where we can use technology to enhance legal service delivery. And so that got me into learning how to code. So I started actually by learning how to code, like self-teaching myself how to code. And it was quite difficult, but eventually I got a friend introducing me to some organization. I got to intern with them. It was a software organization. And that's where I gained more skills and it boosted my interest in the field. So fast forward, I went through like 2 accelerator programs. One was in Ghana. I mean, both of them are in Ghana, but one was specifically focused on the technical aspects, and the organization is Maxim Nyansa. They actually like train young professional Africans who have graduated from like an IT school and who are looking to like get like their on-the-job market skills to be able to work in these kind of roles. So after graduating from that, then I was just thinking, okay, what do I do with all these technicals knowledge? Like I've learned how to code, but I don't really feel like I want to be a software developer. But then also I had ideas about how I could transform the legal space or even start a company. So I ventured into Mest Africa. Mest Africa is like one of the biggest like entrepreneurial school in Ghana that serves like many African people. So basically I went through that program for like 10 months, and afterwards I founded my first startup company, which is Copianto AI. And we came successfully. We even got some seed funding from the organization, and fast forward, Copianto is still running at the moment. And now I am also running another organization called Alena.co, which is focused on responsible AI ethics and governance. And that's really because I got the inspiration from serving on the youth advisory board, and I mean sharing the space with all you brilliant young people, having conversations around AI, governance, infrastructure, climate, etc. I was also thinking that there's a gap gap between all these conversations, especially around AI governance and its practices. And so how do we bridge that gap by making sure it is operationalized for organizations? So that's the reason why I started my company, Alena.co, mainly to help businesses to put in place the practical, ethical practices to ensure that they are not only building innovative technologies, but they are also doing that in a very ethical and human-centered approach. So that's like a long story, but the main inspiration came out of curiosity, just like you, right? Getting exposed to these technology and even taking courses online. That's what got me interested in the tech space. And fast forward, now I'm running like 2 companies at the moment. So it's really inspiring, like hearing from everyone how you got into the ICT sector. But I really want us to give something to young people out there who may be watching us or listening to us today. What are some lessons that you think is important for you to consider if you want to venture into like a professional background, even the academia background in ICT? Like, what should young people look forward to doing? Nadir, could you tell us?
That's a great question, Danielle. Thank you. So basically, the idea and the methodology is that choose your own path, envision your own path, and basically having that mindset and getting the knowledge across how you can foster eventually your decisions and your careers will be then bringing you up into the table and giving you the perspective and the opportunities in various of sectors. So basically, as I already said, for instance, in an academia or being the part of the, for instance, as one of my voluntary activities in the Space Generation of Adults Council, as a national point of contact in Azerbaijan, we had a great conversation combining the various of institution and university students and young professionals to get them inspired, to tell them, first of all, to how to being empowered and engaging with one another, because starting out within that certain point and getting engaged in the certain level of their educated level, their knowledge, and especially their mindset level gives them the prior knowledges of their capabilities and their possibilities. So based on that and fostering them, supporting them as being in the SGAC community or the space agency community, we are helping them to participate, to starting within the regional events, local events, and then going upper and upper, ending up in the another part of the globe, representing, for instance, Azerbaijan, Gambia, or Bahrain. So basically, the idea and the methodology is to let them with the proper guidance, but allow them the freedom of their own decisions without depending on any and support them in their activities. It could be in the governmental level or individual level as well.
That's awesome. How about you, Halima?
That's a great question. I would advise them to stay curious, to stay connected with the most recent advanced technologies.
Yeah.
There are a lot of technologies now are trending, like quantum technologies, like metaverse, and like the connectivity of submarine cables. So I really advise them to stay updated about all technologies and to never lose sight of innovation on impact. So they should be stay updated on all of these technologies. Always, I would like to advise them that they should start working on real problems, not just an excitement of the technologies or it's just a trend. They should put their hand on real problems that are the world they are facing right now. We have different sectors like healthcare, education, and connectivity. So I really advise them to start on real problems. Finally, I would advise them to never give up. They should never give up. There are a lot of opportunities for them. So that's my advice to them.
Just adding more to the Halima comments. So basically, the technology and the digital innovations and the sciences basically related to that are the only ones that cannot be, fixed and be on the book so that you can read it if it is in the 2000 and you can stay with it up to 10 years or 15 years. Technology very rapidly evolves and gets changes, adapts to our need, and especially the young generation as of me and of my students and any other surrounded with me, is that they have this great opportunity of the generative AI, the machine learning equipments, the software, the hardware needs that they are with it. It's just pure extraordinary, because like even when I just started my bachelor, there were tons of professor 70, 60 years old. They were like telling, you are living in a great era that you don't have to go to the library, spend whole days there to find the book that you need to get the quote there and work in the exams. You basically have everything in your internet and your palm of your hands with a smartphone and laptops. So it's up to you exactly to get that curiosity, to give the truth and the allowed and the correct path to apply your knowledges and get curiosity, the informations that you are really interested in. So it's up to there. It's up in the palm of our hands. So it really comes down to, as I said, the vision and the mindset, and to support the young generation there.
Yeah, I really agree with both of you, especially about like being open to learning new things and also like choosing your path. I feel like young people, we are the most users of the internet. I think 80% of young people between the ages of 15 and 24 have access to the internet. So this is our opportunity to actually use it for good. And some of the ways that you can even use the internet is by taking courses that are of interest to you, and also staying up to date with the trends that are happening at the moment. So, for example, I want to recommend to the young people listening that they could even take programs for free on the ITU Academy platform, and they can upskill themselves on critical issues such as AI, space, infrastructure, among others. Find groups that align with your interests and your values, and try to contribute to these initiatives. And for those who are trying to also start their own businesses or companies, I'll tell you that take the leap. Do not be afraid. Even if it is an idea and you think it's not the best idea, just get started. You don't need to have like a perfect idea, and you don't need all the resources or funding to be able to get started. Once you are doing something of impact and solving a problem that is of critical importance to the world, and also even in alignment with the sustainable development goals, people would actually see you and recognize you. I started very small, and thankfully, and by God's grace, like I find myself here. So you could also get yourself to this point. So believe in yourself and grab all the opportunities that are available for you. Educate yourself, connect with people. I think one of the things that young people we fail to do is taking advantage of the people that we can easily access through social media. Like, for example, my LinkedIn is my best friend, because then I can reach out to anybody anywhere in the world, and all it takes is just to hit the connect button, or just send a very crafted message saying, hi, this is who I am, this is what I do, and I am really inspired by your work, and I'd love to talk to you more about it. It takes like simple messages to create such like big opportunities and gets you going to like rooms that you never even thought you'd get there. So those are my words for young people out there. Let's stay connected and let's leverage the opportunities and technologies that we have for ourselves positively.
Well, as been previously mentioned a lot, stay curious, stay outdated to the upcoming news, to the trends, to the new innovations, the new ways to interact. For instance, I've got this great opportunity to be the Youth Advisor board member for a year ago or so, when I've been suggested by one of my best entrepreneur friends, and I've just got seen that, okay, this will be a real great opportunity to apply for and stay connected. And that's why I really recommend to the youth generation to stay curious, be networked, connected, because as previously been mentioned, if you do want to do more, you can do it alone. But if you're gonna go far and far, you have to stay connected. You have to have the friends, community, network, because that's what it lives. Doesn't matter if it's infrastructure, AI, space, any other ICT tech. So even though we are working directly with the technology, we are the one that are in the getting more and more and support from the AI in our activities, in our initiative, and that's the actual way. And that's it, actually. Just stay connected, be curious, and just network, and everything will be on the way for you.
Halima, any final words?
Yeah, I agree with my colleague Nadir. To stay connected, to stay updated, to follow up the standards. There are many standards around the world, especially from the ITU. There are different topics. So I really advise them to to follow the standards, ITU standards, and to never give up.
Yeah, that's the most important.
To never give up.
Believe in yourself.
Yeah. I'll say be bold, be daring, and be courageous. Like, don't let anyone look down on you because you're a young person.
Yeah.
You have so much to offer to the world. So just go out there and let your light shine. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
And that's a wrap on this inspiring episode of ITU Future Innovators. Huge thanks to Daniella Darlington, Halima Ismail, and Nadir Atayev for sharing their journeys, wisdom, and encouragement with young listeners around the world. From coding and connectivity to space tech and startup life, today's conversation reminds us that curiosity, courage, and community are the keys to building a meaningful career in tech. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more conversations from exciting young innovators shaping our digital future. Still curious? You can find out more information about ITU at www.itu.int. This has been an ITU Digital production.